Mark Lowdy here, reimagining the way that we produce television interviews at events. Reimagine is in fact the theme for the Singapore MICE Forum 2016, and Deborah Sexton, who's the President and Chief Executive of the PCMA, has flown here to Singapore to be with us. Thanks again for coming all this way, Deborah.
Thank you.
And tell me firstly a little bit more about the PCMA for people who don't know your organization yet.
The Professional Convention Management Association is an organization of senior level meeting organizers and suppliers in the industry globally. Putting on, and our job is to educate them on how to put on a better event worldwide.
Now, you spoke very passionate about this on stage earlier. Tell me firstly, out of all the things that event managers need to do, what should be the top priority for reimagining?
Well, first of all, let me start with our annual meeting every year is reimagined, and we begin with a blank sheet and start to think about what can we do differently, and what are the things that event organizers do that we really shouldn't be doing any longer. Doesn't make sense, there's faster ways to execute on certain ideas. I think that our audiences want more interactive sessions, not just lecturing. So we're providing a good mix of education, a good mix of the way in which you experience the venue and how the rooms are set, and we're taking into consideration how adults learn better and what kind of environments we can create for that. So that's reimagining.
And what's the key learning out of that? How do conference goers and trade show goers actually want to be treated? That really needs to change about the suppliers?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's not one box fits all, and we have to get used to that. There are people want to receive their education, their networking, their communication in different formats, and this is not a generational thing. This is how people are now reacting to opportunities and experiences. So we as event organizers have to recognize that and deliver multiple experiences that address all of that. Smaller sessions, larger sessions, lectures, panels, interactive behavior, crowdsourcing, all kinds of different ways in which one would experience education. And I think that's critical. No longer is an event organizer just involved with logistics. It's really much more about being an event strategist, a business event strategist, which means that for the organization you work for, you need to ensure that that organization and the event you're putting on maximizes that experience. You need to understand business acumen. What is audience acquisition? How do you create a better and more effective design? How do you deliver adult education? How do you market to multiple audiences to come to that one event? Or how do you engage an audience or your members or your customers year-round, which is what it's all about. The face-to-face event is only one part of an engagement strategy.
You've been around in this industry for quite a long time. You've obviously gathered a lot of experience.
Right.
Can you give us one pinpoint example of something that you still see event organizers do, which you think, when you go to the venue, this really has to change?
Well, basically what I've just been talking to you about, and that is that it's way beyond logistics today. It's not about, did we put 200 chairs in the meeting room, theater style? Do we have enough coffee for 200 people? That kind of thing. That's a given. People just expect that to happen. So now our members have to add that strategic element to how they are putting on this event, so that organizations that they work for recognize that they're an integral part of the organization's success.
So for example, like here at SMF, having not just classroom style seating, but also those garden tables closer to the stage.
I loved it when I saw that, because people enjoy that. And you saw they went to, the typical group went to the center section, but then all the others were filled up very quickly, and they were very different seating, and everyone I think was looking around, but I think they were tremendously comfortable, but I think they thought this is new, this is different. And I think they liked it, frankly.
Finally then, what is it that's going to happen if the industry does not reimagine itself?
Well, one of the other things that I've been fighting about is making sure that those outside of our industry understand the value of what face-to-face events bring to the global economy. And we have not been, as an industry, that effective in delivering that message. And as long as we stay buried in logistics and tactics, we are never going to get that conversation to another level, which is where it needs to be. Many of our members are driving 60% of their organization's budget and revenue through the events. That's a huge player within that organization. And we need to let the outside world understand that these are very serious positions that drive success or failure to the organizations that they're involved with. And so I want to elevate the conversation. I want to make sure that the people outside of our industry understand the importance of face-to-face events and how critical they are to the success of the global economy.
But if the event managers don't change, won't the events just keep going the way they have?
Yes, they will, and the problem with that is that you can now outsource logistics. There's companies out there that are more than willing to manage that for you. So if you really want to be a major player within the organization you work for and lead those events, you've got to step it up. And we as an organization, PCMA, will be providing that education, and those that embrace it are going to be very successful.
And those that don't?
Are not going to be very successful.
At all. All right. Thanks very much, Deborah Sexton from the PCMA. Now it's your turn. Click on the like or dislike button at the bottom right of the screen, and you can also leave your comments. Please do so down below. And of course, if you'd like to share this video too, I think Deborah and I would be quite happy with that, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would. Thank you.